Welcome back to the Tracy Take. Today, Ryan and I will be previewing the Week 18 divisional matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. But before we get into that, Ryan and I, we have a goal of getting to 400 subscribers by Super Bowl Sunday. That is a little over a month away, and any help would be greatly appreciated. So if you have not already, please subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, comment on who you think is going to win this game, what each team has to do to become victorious, and also share this with your Rams and 49ers friends. And Ryan, with that being said, let's get into this big
Let's do
game.
it.
Second biggest game, I would say, of the final week outside of the Sunday Night Football game, which we just previewed. If you have not seen that, please go check that one out. But with this one, huge playoff implications for both teams involved. 49ers win, and they are in guaranteed. They control their own destiny. For the Rams, big game because if they win, then they lock up the division. But if they lose, then potentially the Arizona Cardinals could win the division as they are playing the Seattle Seahawks, which I would consider that a good. I would consider the Cardinals favored to win that game. So
Yeah.
a lot at stake for both teams, especially I think also the Rams would become the number 2 seed, which would be huge because then they would
Yeah.
probably play either the Eagles or the Saints, depending on what happens. And they are extremely favored in that game. So, or would be in that game. So, my question to you is just to start out 49ers dominated the first meeting when they played the Rams. They won 31-10 in San Francisco. What do the 49ers need to do to have a similar outcome in this game?
Well, so the 49ers just need to spread the ball around. They have a lot of weapons in Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, even Elijah Mitchell coming out of the backfield, and just spread it around. Make the Rams kind of play defense with all 11 players and not just Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. So I think that is probably the biggest key. Right now, the Rams are giving up about 260 yards a game through the air. So take advantage of that. Whether it's Trey Lance or Jimmy G, I think they're going to have to definitely air the ball out a little and kind of spread it around and make sure that they're keeping this Rams defense on their toes. Because if not, that's when Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey they'll just take over. So I think that is probably the biggest key for the 49ers. What do you think the Rams have to do to come away with this one?
Well, so the Rams have definitely improved a lot. I think they've been more consistent than the last time that these two teams have played. The Rams have started to turn the corner, similar, I think, to kind of how Tampa Bay did last year, as they have become the team that we expected them to be from the beginning of the year. Now with them also adding Odell Beckham Jr., I think that's going to be he replaced Robert Woods, but I think that he fits right in with this system and gives another threat across from Cooper Kupp. I think just one of the biggest things is I think just protecting the ball. They almost lost last week against the Ravens, and it started out with just Matt Stafford had 2 picks in the first half, got them behind the 8 ball. And I think if they can take care of the ball, be smart, and Sean McVay can come up with some good offensive schemes, I think they can come out on top in this game. It is at home. It's a big game. And they have a lot to play for. I mean, the number 2 seed is on the line for them. That is very comfortable position for them to be in. That would make them in a very comfortable position to be in. No, they don't have to go to Green Bay, or at the worst, will play Green Bay in the NFC Championship game if all things pan out that way. And I think right now they've just been playing a little bit better football. We do not know who the quarterback is going to be for the 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo obviously has had his thumb injury. Don't know how he is going to be, if he will even play. And if he does play, how affected is he going to be throwing the football? If Trey Lance is in, this is a big spot to be putting a rookie in. Also, doesn't have too much game experience. So I think if either way, whoever the quarterback is, I think one of the big defensive game plans for them is to get after the quarterback and put a lot of pressure on them, make them have to be decisive on the ball, or make them have to be decisive and make them make the mistakes essentially. Because I think the Rams can come out firing, and I think they're going to put up a lot. I think they have the opportunity to put up a lot of points in this game. It's just going to be containing their errors and making San Francisco make more.
Yeah. And especially, too, if Trey Lance is playing and not Jimmy Garoppolo, I think those errors will definitely come at some point in the game. Just a rookie that hasn't made a ton of starts. I think if Trey Lance does play, that's a huge, huge benefit to the
Hmm.
Los Angeles Rams.
Hmm.
So I guess with that, we'll kind of go into the game predictions here. So who do you think is going to come out on top of this one?
So I think I'm going to lean towards the Rams. I think they have just had the hot hand lately. I also think that they're going to. I don't want to say that they're going to be looking for revenge because I don't really like it when people say that because like obviously like they're looking for revenge, looking for a bounce back. But I just think with the uh, where we're at in the season, what is at stake for both teams. I think that they're going to want to lock up the 2 seed. I think it'd be great if they. I think that they want to have their division rival to be knocked out of the playoffs because then that's also one
Mhm.
less threat for potentially seeing them in the playoff, a team that knows them very well. So I think I'm going to come out with the Rams on top. Also, another reason kind of leading into that is just because we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. And if it is no matter who it is, it's either it's going to be a hampered Jimmy Garoppolo, who we don't know how he's going to perform, or a young Trey Lance, who we definitely don't know how he's going to perform in this situation.
Mhm.
So I'm going to lean towards the Rams. I think it's going to be a 31-21 victory for the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, I think that's a really good prediction. I was going to say 34-27
Mm-hmm.
in favor of the Rams. I just think the Rams at this point in the season are just playing better football. Like you said, the
Mm-hmm.
questions around the quarterback are concerning at the very least for the 49ers. So, and I do think that the 49ers may have the more consistent offense. I think if the Rams show up, I think Van Jefferson, Cooper Cup, and the group of tight ends,
Yeah.
it can really put up a lot of points. And their run game has been pretty decent the last couple of weeks with Sony Michel back there. So it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely something to keep an eye on. But I'm going to say, what did I say, 34-27?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go
34-27.
34-27 as my final prediction. So,
Okay, I like it. Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, the 49ers, it's not to take any credit away from them. Like the creativeness that they've had as with putting Debo Samuel kind of in the backfield, making them their gadget guy, is going to be very effective. When he first, the first time they played, that was when they first started to do that and have Debo Samuel go into the backfield
mhm.
because he had a massive game against them. So now, though, I wonder that now that there's some film on kind of what they do, how they kind of organize that offense, I wonder if maybe the Rams might have a beat on uh, kind of some of the plays, some of the schemes that the 49ers will throw at them, which might give them or help them defend Debo Samuel because he's the most elusive guy on the field when the
Yeah.
49ers have the ball, and so 49ers are going to have to give him come up with new ways and creative ways to give him the ball to get him out into space. And then I think if they're able to do that, that'll open plays up for George Kittle
Yeah.
across the middle, and then open things up for their other skill players such as Brandon Ayuk, Jeff Wilson, Elijah Mitchell as well.
Mhm. So, yeah. But I think it's going to be a really good game to watch. These division games are always very interesting. So, with all that being said, I don't really have too much else to add. I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Tracy Take. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Tyler and I are trying to hit 400 subscribers by Super Bowl Sunday. So, if you could help us reach that goal, we would very much appreciate that. But other than that, we will see you guys next time.